Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah W, and today I will be showing you how to dye your own extensions. I've since went from blonde to my natural color, but I still do have like a little bit of highlight. What I want to do is ombre, and this is usually the approach I take just because I find it blends better into the hair, and even if you do dye your hair, in general, the ends are usually a little bit lighter. This is what I've been doing to make them match my hair better, as well as just blend in better overall, I guess. So the extensions that I have are from Bellami. They're in the dark blonde color, but truly I found them like a medium blonde, and my hair currently it's like a very light brown, I would say. I do have quite long hair, but it's very thin, so what I want to do is just have the extension for a bit of volume, but currently now when I put it in, it's very obvious. So I have my box dye, Wella No Ammonia. Go for a neutral, natural tone. You don't want it to be too warm or too cool for your hair essentially, but everyone's hair is different, so pick the color best for you. Alright, let's get started. So what you're going to want to do first is just ensure that your extensions are completely straight. This is just going to help with making sure your ombre is in a straight line rather than curly. And you can really start to see the color difference here once it's straight as well. So I have my dye here, it comes with some gloves. I'm also using a comb and this little brush that I bought separate. I'm going to clip my extensions into a drawer. If you have a vanity, this works perfect. Alternatively, you could use any other type of drawer. Just make sure the top is visible and put a towel down to be cut into your floor. Next, I'm just going to mix everything up in this little glass container I have. And popping on some gloves, and I'm just going to start at the top where the root is. And you just want to make sure that you're really saturating the top, as this is going to be the darkest area of your ombre. And don't forget the back as well. And next I'm just doing the upper third of the extension and just making sure that you're getting a good amount on there and working your way down to about halfway. And just repeating on all the others. And next I take my comb and I just kind of spread a little bit. This can be tricky, so take your time here, but you're just wanting to comb in kind of one sweeping motion top to bottom. If you're getting stuck, just make sure that you're kind of gently combing through again just to avoid any harsh striation in the hair. Sometimes this might happen, just take your time. At this point you can close the drawer a bit more because you're finished with the top, and just make sure that you're working your way down the hair. At this point it's okay if it doesn't look perfect because we're still going to go back and massage through the dye a bit, so don't worry too much at this point. Next, as I mentioned, I'm just going through and kind of massaging in the dye a little more. If I notice any patchiness at this point, I will kind of remedy it just as I work through the strand. And just speeding it up a little bit here. But I'm essentially repeating this process with all of the other strands. I might actually go back and do one more comb through if I'm worried about any striation. And I'm just putting a little bit of product towards the ends as well. And if you can see like little patches at this point, you're going to want to try to massage those out. If you have to paint a little bit over top, that's alright as well. But essentially just going back through and repeating the process and ensuring that you don't have any kind of spotty pieces. So as you can see here, I'm just going back over these little spots and just painting by hand, making them look naturally faded towards the bottom essentially. And the top is quite dark, and then towards the bottom you notice more of the lightness coming through. And I'm just going to let them sit now for 30 minutes. And as you can see, they have darkened up quite a bit, and the ends are still a little bit lighter, which is perfect. And at this point, I'm just going to take them over to my sink and do a thorough rinse until the water runs clear. Just using lukewarm water and a mild shampoo and conditioner that came with the box dye. At this point, I do comb them out, and I let them sit with conditioner for a while as well. And generally I do just let them air dry, but for the sake of the video I'm just going to quickly blow dry them on low heat. I also like this microfiber towel. It just ends up making the hair shinier after you dry it. Also put a lightweight oil on the extension, and I find this really helps keep them shiny. Doing a quick blow dry here. They are quite fluffy immediately after the blow dry, but I'm gonna style them and show you guys next. So I put them in here and they're just super straight at the moment. It's gonna look better when I curl them, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what they look like straight. So this is them straight. It's a little bit more difficult to see because my natural hair does cover quite a lot of it. But overall, I feel with the movement of the hair, they're just blending so much better, and I'm very happy with the results. As you can see, they're looking quite nice. I had one extension that I didn't end up dyeing. It is pretty drastic when you look at them next to each other. And just for reference, this is the ends. This is the curls. I think the curls really showcase how good the ombre turns out, and just in terms of how natural it looks and just the movement of the hair. Once you have a bit of a curl, it just looks so beachy and so nice. And I'll bring you over to the sun so you can kind of see just how great the highlights turn out in the bottom. I think they really pick up a lot of the light, and I'm honestly really feeling myself after watching this footage back. Anyway guys, that's it for my video. I really hope you liked it and that it helps you if you're trying to do ombre hair extensions or just to dye your hair at home. It would work if you did a solid dye as well. But if you like this video, I'd love if you would consider subscribing so I can see you next time. Bye!